What's up, guys? So, welcome to the podcast. But this is once again a what do you call this? A post game show. So, we'll be discussing the games during on Saturday, which was what do you call this? NU and Adamson, Salle versus UE, and then of course yung games yesterday, the FU Tamaraos against UST, and then Ateneo versus UP, which will be the bulk of our conversation today. So let me introduce you guys to Gab once again. What's up, Gab? Come in here, please. Reintroduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm Gab. Thank you, Nico, for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here. Uh, Reintroduce myself, grabe naman. I was a UAAP Season 84 correspondent for
No, that was
the
a
UE
lie.
Red War. But
Okay,
yeah,
JC, please go ahead. Yeah, for people who are just going in for the first time, go
yes.
ahead.
Yeah, for everyone who doesn't know me, I'm Gab. Been a friend of Nico's for only a few weeks now, but and yet
Easy.
I'm here for like the fourth time. Uh, yeah, I was one of the correspondents for season 84, and I am an avid basketball fan. I love basketball, everything about it, inside and out. Uh, Whether I love it or I hate that I love it, it is part of my life. It is my life. And I guess that's why I'm here. And I love the UAAP, and we had two great UAAP days this past weekend. Both very different days, but we had two great days nonetheless.
Oh yeah, well, that's it. That's once again who my partner is. So let's discuss the games during Saturday and Sunday. Saturday was the what do you call this? Was Saturday was between NU and Adamson. That was a close game, right? It was a close game. Adamson led for 3 quarters, then hinabol ng actually 2 quarters, then hinabol ng NU during
Mhm.
the third. And that I think that was because of Kian Baclaan, right? Catching fire on during the third, from what I remember. Di
Mm,
parang 4, 5 3-pointers yun na dire-diretso.
yes, yes.
So,
15 points in the third quarter, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, very ano lang naman dito. And then Jake Figueroa always a reliable guy, 17-5. And just Adamson really just just losing steam considering that they're up against a team that's really a lot of veterans and everybody's what do you call this? They're intact. Well, they're not missing a star, they're not missing anyone. Everyone's right there.
Mm, yeah. Coming into this game, I was so excited. I mean, these are two very hard nosed teams. They're two very aggressive teams. Uh, NU was coming in 4-1, and Adamson was coming in 3-2. So I was just excited to see how hard they would play, and it did not disappoint. I mean, they played so hard. They're always usually consistent when it comes to being aggressive and just staying focused and intact. So medyo hindi na disappoint. Hindi ako na disappoint sa game na yon. Kian Baklaan crazy 5 straight threes, looking like an NBA player over there. He had a double clutch three, Nico. A double
Mm-hmm.
clutch three, uh, where he was trying to get the ball from the floor, and then he just picked it up and then just jumped and shot it. And that to me was one of the craziest sequences. He was just feeling it. I mean, that's basically it. He felt the game. He was on fire.
Yeah, basically on fire. And character win as well for NU. I'm sure Coach Jeff got mad during the halftime na "Anong nangyari dito? Bakit tayo down sa Adamson? At a
Mm.
big margin, 'di ba? Parang medyo big margin pa nga yun eh.
Mm-hmm.
So, at least they were able to guess who's back, UAP fan, our favorite controversial,
Love
not controversial, the guy who loves to share his thoughts with no filters. That's how I would say it.
love that.
Let's now move on to. Told you guys it's gonna be quick. The first the first 3 games. Second one is LaSalle UE, and we're just picking moments from our favorite series. For me, it's Raven Cortez. What about you? Do you think Raven Cortez deserves more minutes in round two?
Yeah, I played it. I played with Raven in high school.
Oh,
Uh,
there you go. Mga stories na
and
gusto ko.
yes, this is sorry. I always bring this up because I love to brag that I played with these guys in high school. But Rave was always so skilled. You know, he was trained in grade school in Green Hills, LaSalle Green Hills. But when he moved to Zobel, uh, you could just see the maturity at a young age. He he knew how to use his height, and he was shifty as a tall person. He could parang he would sliver around inside. He'd have the ball tapos try to like make a layup. It would look a little, you know, it wouldn't look conventional, but it would work eh. Para sa kanya, gumagana eh. So, seeing that in the collegiate level, um, I definitely think he needs more minutes. Of course, it's hard to compete when you're you know when you're against big men like um, when you start to compete with the big guys like I don't know Sed Manzano or yeah those guys the big bulky guys you know
Yeah.
uh, but for Raven because he knows his capabilities and he knows his limits. I think that's one of his strengths. He's got a great touch. You know, you could see that the right there in the picture. He has a good, great floater, like just below the free throw line. He used to do that all the time. By the way, in high
No
school,
high
he
school.
always did that.
Ganyan yung laro niya.
Yeah, he just got the ball and then he just did a baby hook or just floated it up. It was the worst thing because sometimes I'd be in the middle
Tapos
when
di
I
mo
when I get switched on him. Tapos hindi ko maabot, syempre. But yeah, he's a great player. He's a great guy. He's humble. He's not, he has no ego with him. So yeah, I'm rooting for him.
great. And then for Lasal, more on Lasal. Kevin Cabal had another great game, 17 points, 9 rebounds, 12 assists. And
Mm.
it really helps his MVP case. I think close nga siya with Malik yung in terms of ranking nila.
Mm.
Pero wala pa akong mahanap na official na, like yung, ano tawag dito, yung official list ng MVP. But I think after the first round, nagre-release sila, no?
Mm. Yeah.
Ngayon kasi halos wala pa. But yeah, 17, 9, and 12. While
Wow.
Evan Nelly, he's back after missing that game against UP.
Right.
And actually, I would say, Gab, they missed him dun sa,
Mm.
ano, sa last game. Like, yung end game especially, kailangan mo
100%.
ng guy to give, diba, there was a pass, like, it was Waki who did the pass, and then parang na-steal.
Mm.
Raven
Yep.
is the next great Cortez from Lasal. Oh, ano, pwede. Pwede, pwede.
That's true. That's true. Yeah,
But yeah,
100%. Yeah, they definitely missed Evan in the game against UP. I mean, uh, their turnovers kind of killed them because with UP you can't really have turnovers. They're gonna
mm,
kill you if you just turn the ball over on them. Um, would Evan have lessened the turnovers? I don't know, but they definitely needed someone to just control the pace, and I think Evan is pretty good at doing that. And LaSalle didn't have that much during that game.
Nelly's back to doing Evan. Kasi Evan talaga, ano he's still working on that for sure, yung turnovers.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but that's, you gotta live with the pros and cons to having Evan. I mean, they missed him, definitely, and this time, di sila nag-collapse, no? Unlike last year, maybe could have been a different coach. They might have collapsed under Manong, but it's different this time. Pina-coach sila, Coach Kaloy this time, eh.
Mm,
Di parang may lumabas na an article na parang Coach Topex allowed his assistants to do the coaching during the second half ba yun? Or something
mm.
like that. And he was just a spectator daw. There was an article, right? And
Really?
I just became an article. I just became an article. I just became an off. I
Wow.
became a spectator.
It's a very Tab Baldwin move, no? It's just
Very
stay
top.
in the
Like,
sideline, let
oh,
Coach Sandy Arespochaga just do his job. Ah, it's funny.
mm-hmm.
Head coaches like doing that now, but that's weird. It's against a big team, the UP. But I guess that's
No,
the
no, no.
trust he had.
I'm talking about UE. UE
Oh,
nila
against
ginawa yun.
right, sorry, against
Against
UE,
UE.
right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
So tama naman.
it talks about the trust. It talks about just building that camaraderie between
Yeah.
assistant coaches and players. I think people tend to overlook that the role of the assistant coaches is
Mhm.
actually really big. If you want to be a great championship team, you have to have good assistant coaches. You have to have assistant coaches who can mesh well with the players, you know. And I think it's good for head coaches to be able to do that. You have for Ateneo, you have Coach Sandy, who has been Coach Tab's pretty much right hand man
Tagal
for a
na.
few seasons now.
Oo.
So yeah, you need good assistant coaches.
Now for UE, si Noy Remoga, 13 points, 13 assists. Kapos na talaga. I mean,
Mm,
there's not much help, right? Although Precious Momo with 12 points, 12 rebounds, 4 blocks.
mm,
But it was not enough against the Salle. I felt like it was them losing steam and
mm,
just getting overpowered and not able to answer. I think the Raven Cortez bunot. Plus 15
mm.
si Raven eh. Really
Crazy,
changed up their dynamic. I think they were preparing for different people.
right?
And then biglang here comes Raven Cortez with his 15 and 5 with 3 blocks as well.
Efficient, so efficient. I love that.
Y- Grabe na si UAP fan. UE should change their mascot from the Red Warriors to intro voice. My goodness. I feel like it could have been different if Gerard Wilson was there.
For
He made
sure.
so big impact. Could have been
Oh,
close. Could have maybe even sneaked a win.
yeah,
Right?
100%. Same goes as when Evan was out against UP. Gerard Wilson, he can get the ball, he can make a good play, and it was still turnovers that I think killed UE. Um, LaSalle got some really good stops on them, and it was quite unfortunate to see UE lose that lead. They had a great lead coming into the half, and then the third quarter and fourth quarter, second half, uh, it was all LaSalle. So, yep.
Hmm. And that's for LaSalle UE. Let's now move on to what do you call this? To UST and FEU. Now
Mm,
this was crazy because this is I didn't expect FEU to be their first win. Could have been another team, but in other ways pwede rin because it's also a first timer coach. Then Miranda. And then again si Coach Pilon, hindi naman first timer in the UAP after a long while.
mm.
But I would say they were caught napping here. You think that they were a bit lax against
Yeah,
UST?
yeah, for sure. They were complacent. You could see it in their transition defense. USD had just a lot of really good fast break points that kind of shifted the momentum. Wala nagkakumpiyansa eh. You give a team like that room to move and room to just operate. I don't. It's kind of hard to, even if they're the only winless team. It's still, you can't you just uh can't put your foot off the gas in the UAAP, because these schools are here for a reason. These teams are here for a reason. They're all capable of winning, even the big games or the small games. So you always got to play hard every game. So yeah, definitely FEU should have been a little more prepared. They should have played a little harder. But props to UST, man. I mean, props to Nick Caballero. I think he's my favorite player right now, Nico. I think
Si
he's my
Nick.
favorite player. I think, yep, he 23 points, I think.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's Nick against the world eh.
It's Nick against the
Di
world.
ba?
Yep. And he's such a good guy too. So you really can't, parang hindi, you can't not root for him, because he's just, he's a nice guy. I don't know. It's hard to root against him.
Melvin said here, matchup wise, UST can beat FEU. Manaytay and Cabanero is a matchup problem against FEU.
100%.
Actually, yeah, because wala rin si Cholo Ano Nuevo. He could have
Mm,
definitely helped with the way FEU doesn't have legit bigs. Actually, ano din, UST din, wala yung legit big nila.
mm.
Sa UFU, they had Bo Fati, but in terms of speed ng UST, I think he's gonna get abused if you leave him out there. Yeah, let me
I,
check how many minutes
I
Mo
don't want to
Fati.
talk about Mo Fati right now, man.
So,
it's too
Fati's 13 rebounds, 7 points, 13 rebounds. Iba yung
it's too
tahol mo ngayon,
early.
ah. Bakit ganyan?
It's too early for this.
Bakit?
I watched Mofati live and I catch myself
Oh,
shaking
you
my
were there. Oh, yeah,
head.
you were there yesterday.
Yes, I
Oh,
catch
hindi na tayo
myself.
nakita. Hindi tayo nakita. Yeah.
Well,
Okay, go.
I just catch myself shaking my head many times. UAP fan says FEU is better off without Mofati. Maybe, but also having no FSA is really hard.
It changes the whole
It
dynamic.
changes a lot. But dang, Mofati is, I don't know, man.
So yung placement niya kahapon sa game is kind of weird, no? Parang
This,
is a bit awkward yesterday. Considering wala nang big, I think this would be the game na I thought he would get a first 15 and 15 maybe.
mm,
Pero wala eh, no? Hindi pa rin talaga. Who's guarding him? So who's guarding him during this game? Duremdes, di ba? Si Kenji yung si Kenji was one of their bigs here.
mm.
Man, who's gonna guard Mo Fati? I mean, who's guard parang wala yung USD parang hindi sila nahirapan sa kanya maybe because yun nga he's still getting into his body. He's still getting used to it. Playing basketball. I'm not sure when he started playing basketball, Gab.
I have no idea. Hey, shout out to my friend Shan Visagas who's watching right now. He just sent me a screenshot. He commented, "I miss you too,
Oh yeah,
bro."
yeah. What's up, Sean? Hello, hello.
He's my
Miss ka
teammate.
na daw
Oh,
niya. Sabi mo ano, i-share niya yan. Like the video. Sabi ni Gay Eats, go UST, go stay. Yeah, finally, yung mga UST friends ko, nagwawala kahapon sa Facebook ah.
oh, 100%, bro. It's their first win. That's always a nice thing to celebrate, even if it's the last game of the first round. Whew.
Oh, you'll never know. Baka they'll get the flu.
Exactly.
I spoke with Naveen and sabi ko, oh, I think UST can get more wins in the second round. Kahit 3 wins lang okay na eh. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
overall,
for
that's a
sure.
good, like, parang maganda siyang pang bounce back
Mm,
heading into the next season, especially
mm,
when their recruits come.
mm-hmm.
For FEU, not only si Mo Fati, UP one win bonfire vibes gagal. I think UST is very prideful to not do a bonfire after one win, 'di ba? Iba ang
Mm,
UST tradition and pride din kaya para sa kanila, you should have more wins knowing them, ah.
mm.
And then so you ano pa ba for sama pala na shooting ni LJ, no? LJ, Cyrus, and Joric.
Mm.
Parang they're a combined 12 for 42 from shooting from the field.
That's tough.
So it's kind of tough whenever you're shooting like that.
Yeah, it's an uphill
Yeah,
battle. It's an
so
uphill battle when you're shooting like that. Maybe it's an off day. It's just unfortunate that UST just happened to play well. Nick Cabanero just happened to play really well as always, but he had an insane monster game. And I love his new post, or like not really new, but I love his post game now. Um, he's just almost unstoppable in the post, and I think the greatest players, even in the NBA level, they just gotta have a good post game. So
mm.
Nick Cabanero working on that, it's gonna pay dividends in the future, 100%.
Yeah, actually si Nick may post game nga no. Aside from yung
Mm.
pang-araro niya na drive, you really can
Oh,
it's
for
really hard to
sure.
stop.
Yeah, he's got a fadeaway. He knows what to do, and I don't know. It doesn't look like he can do it, but he just does, and then you're just like surprised now. Whoa, he just did that. It's
I
it's
guess we can see with
really
the
good.
core three of
Mm,
UST. In this roster, it's Nick, Migs, Pangilinan. They're that he's their shooter.
yeah.
He had like three threes yesterday,
Hmm,
and some of them were also contested. Kaya nakakatuwa. And he got some help. Finally got
hmm.
some help. And of course, Christian Manaytay.
Manaytay. Right.
Si Manaytay has always been there, no? Never naman talaga nawala. He's been consistent, si Christian
Yeah,
Manaytay.
he's got that nice
FEU
mid
bigs,
range.
nahirapan sa kanya.
Yeah, he's got that nice mid range because it brings Mo Fati out, and Mo Fati out. He can't really play in the outside. So when you bring Mo Fati out of the paint, that's a big advantage if you're UST. So Manaytai being able to shoot his lefty mid range, that
Yeah.
that helps UST, with the offense. And I think he shot a back to back mid range, so
Meron
that
din,
spread.
yeah.
He
Shooter
spread the
talaga eh.
floor. He spread the floor well. So yeah, that was good. Great coaching, great playing, all around great game for UST.
Yes, we're Filipino. Kulit ng comment. Are you Filipino, right? Yes, we are Filipino, right? Uh, that's in on TikTok, Gab. I can only
Oh,
imagine how much more damage Manaytay could do if he were 6'7" at least. Oh, okay, let us not fantasize that. That would be
he'd be
crazy.
in UP.
He be in UP. He won't be in USD. I would tell you that he won't be in USD.
Yeah, 100%.
Nakuha na
Sigurado
yan.
yan. Oo, lagot yan.
Although Christian Manaytay looks like a PBA star though, like yung
Mm,
skill set, pwede siya sa PBA. He has like
pwede.
a Troy Rosario like
Oh, I
ano siya?
like that
Troy
comparison.
Rosario, yeah, Troy Rosario like ano no? Vibe.
I like that comparison. Troy Rosario was one of my favorite players when I was younger. Watching him in the NU. Woo, crazy.
Makes sense, diba? Tama,
Mm.
tama tayo dun. Okay. So how about the last game? The bulk of our conversation.
Oh
We
man,
breezed through the first three games.
we're gonna look like
Ateneo
such
UP.
Ateneans, bro. We're gonna look like biased Ateneans just
We're gonna
wanting to
be we're
talk.
gonna be objective. We're gonna stick to the facts.
For
We're gonna stick to
sure.
the facts. We're gonna stick to the
Well,
facts.
it was the biggest game. It was the biggest
Yes.
game, and it was like the most exciting. Maybe it was the crowd. Maybe it was the traffic going into the MOA arena. Everything was just a really classic Battle of Katipunan, which I liked. So, but bro, the traffic was bad. By the way, it
Even
was
yung papasok
it.
sa loob ng Mawari, nagkakaproblema daw yung mga tao. I see
Mm,
group chats like complaining, like
mm-hmm,
nasa labas pa kami, they're announcing the starting five na,
mm.
bakit ka ganun? Like one, kasi nagpapalabas pa ng tao, di ba?
Yep. So MOA has this problem where after a game they only have 2 hours or like an hour, less than 2 hours to transition to the next game, and that's not enough time. I don't think they understand.
Dapat 4 hours.
Kulang
Di
yung
ba?
oras.
Di ba? 4 hours.
Yeah, kulang yung oras na yun to usher everyone out, to clean the arena, to get ready for the next game. I
Mm.
mean, that's not gonna that's not gonna work. So they have to do a better job doing everything. They have so many systems that they have to fix, like the online ticket selling. What's up with that? Why do we have to reprint our tickets if we buy it online? have
Weird
they
nga eh, no?
not have
Kailangan
they
mo
not
i-buy.
heard of QR codes, Nico? Wala ba silang QR code like where you can just scan your phone now? That's possible.
Oh,
So it gets me really annoyed, and traffic yesterday was so bad. I was a little late to the game because I had to go somewhere.
yeah. Tapos
Um,
biglang na-late ka, tapos ano, yung papasok mo, you're like,
exactly. So it's just terrible, terrible systems in place now. They have to fix that because if they want big games to be there, dapat ayusin yan. Or else, just do it in Araneta. Mas,
actually,
mas,
sa
ac-
Araneta perfect eh, no?
mas accessible pa Araneta. It's near the MRT station.
Naka,
People can
yeah, walk.
transport going there.
Yeah, jeep to it. Pwede
Yeah,
ako mag-jeep from my house to Araneta eh.
yeah. Especially if it's an Ateneo UP game because most
All the
people are
more.
from
Cubao.
Katipunan,
Yeah.
from QC. So they have to make a way for something. I'm just annoyed that we only had one UAP day in Araneta.
Oh.
So
Okay, let's answer some questions from people. Ang dami
let's do
nag-pile
it.
up na. Boys, Gagate not playing. He's behind.
Mm,
What do you call it? He's behind the front court of Malik, of even Lopez is actually part of the front court. He's a four, the way he's
mm,
being utilized in UP. Um, behind Alter as well, behind Belmonte,
mm.
and that's it. That's who he has to go through. Gagate and Pablo.
Just those guys.
Yeah, yun lang naman.
That's just those
Yeah,
LeBron Lopez, the number one high school recruit. Yeah, it's just that guy.
yeah. Another question here is that Moarito's like halfway empty midway through the first quarter, di ba? Nung nakita ko sa TV, sabi ko, ano,
Yeah.
ano meron? Pala ba
Some
tao? Then I was like, oh nga pala.
Yeah, the line went all the way, I think, to the Max
Sa parking.
building.
Sa parking,
Yeah, the
oh.
parking across the MOA Arena. That's where the line went. I mean, you and I are just fortunate enough that we have IDs where we can enter somewhere else, but this is not, I'm a UAAP fan more than I am, someone who works there now. So for the fans, that's not good, and I'd hate it. I'd hate it if if I had to line up in the parking lot. Kainis naman. Sobrang nainis
Yeah,
ako.
oo. On on TikTok, let's answer these questions. Wait, si Gabby may question about CSB. We'll talk about that later to end the pod. That for Fate, the thing is kakalabas na ng tickets online pero sold out agad. Like, has been even 30 minutes. Well, kasi Fate, most of the tickets have been sold in respective schools. Yung sa
Mm,
SM tickets siguro yung tira-tira na upper box and the
it's
rest.
true.
Kasi yung lower box and the others was sold in Ateneo and UP.
Yeah.
Diba? For students and alumni. So, bakit ganun? What can you say about the rebounds of B-Bob? Best rebounding game for them. Oh, it was. I thought magiging dikit yung rebounding dito, Gab.
Mm,
But not dikit. The hustle of Ateneo.
mm,
They out-rebounded UP. You see that whenever Malik would try to get the rebound, there's like three Ateneans are gonna try
right.
to tap the ball away. So gang rebounding talaga
Yep.
because they know that Kai, Joe, and Mason cannot do everything themselves.
That's right. And the offensive rebounding was such a big factor for you for Ateneo. Um, really good game. Uh, in the board, crashing the boards. You could really tell that Coach Tab wanted this win. You could really tell that Coach Tab prepared for this win. Um, yeah, what are the stats? 57 rebounds. Whew. And what's UP's direct? 57 to
45.
what? To 45. That's a big margin. Um, for a team like UP, by the way, that's known for its size and just known to play hard. But wow, great job, Ateneo.
Yeah, and let's first discuss UP. Yung Ateneo,
Yeah.
we talk about this is the victors of this game.
Mm-hmm.
CJ Cancino though, he was the man of the hour, the man of the he was the favorite of social media as well. But before that, grabe na mga shots na tinitake niya. No? This is like the CJ Cancino of old. Nakalaban mo tong CJ na to? Or di ka nagkaabutan?
Never. And
Hindi
I
ka
think
nagkaabutan, no?
I'm very grateful that I didn't. He's scary, scary. Wala na, sa college na yata siya nung lumipat na ako eh. Nung nag-college na ako. Like before I graduated high school, I think he was already in UST. So, yep,
And CJ Cancino was not becoming, but he played like the UST Tiger,
exactly.
di ba?
Exactly. Yep. You could see glimpses of him in UST. I remember when he was in UST, with Nonoy and Aband. Was he with Abando? Yeah.
Na sabay sila ni Abando,
Yeah.
Nonoy. Yun yung core
Nonoy.
three nila eh.
Yeah. So you could see glimpses of him. Oh man, he was such a young player then, but he's grown so much now. And he's not even just a shooter anymore. He's just a pure scorer.
Hooper, that's a pure scorer,
He's a
three-level
pure
scorer, di ba?
he's a pure scorer, and I enjoyed every minute he was in the court. I even enjoyed when he was shushing the Ateneo crowd. Uh, it was so fun to watch because all the Atenean fans were so riled up.
Ayun, sobrang riled up sila dun.
Sobrang galit. They were like pointing at him. They were probably cursing at him. But wow, I was right in front of it. I was like, "Woo, this
Tapos
is
ikaw
this is
parang,
the
oh.
vibe." Yeah.
Pero for me, that's part of basketball. I like that he
Mm.
did that. Kasi parang,
Yeah.
ano na naman yun eh. Wala naman siya ginawang masama. For me, it's
Yeah.
just to, let's engage the crowd.
Yeah. That's
He's
part of
he's
basketball.
thriving off the the energy.
Yeah.
And I feel like, in a way, yung energy crowd na yun made CJ such a, like had an out of this world experience yesterday
Yeah.
inside the Mawa Arena. Di ba? Siguro I think
Yeah.
he's feeding off that energy para may extra adrenaline pa siya
Yeah.
to push on.
Yeah. Some people love playing the villain.
Oh,
You know that
he's
you
the
know that
villain right
commercial.
now. Out of nowhere, huh?
Yeah. You know that commercial with Kobe, and then it's all just his haters,
Yeah.
and then he's just like loving it. It's to him, it's music to his ears. I think that's what a lot of players love. It's just when they hear the crowd booing them, they feed off of that,
Yeah.
and then they use it to their advantage. So it's great. I love it. I love it so much.
Let's check some questions here. Credo was pure hustle yesterday. Actually, Jason
Oh,
Credo, di ba?
whew. Now that guy I played against, and that guy has been, you know, when he didn't play last season or 2 seasons ago, I was surprised. But seeing him now, putting in the work, he's a homegrown Atenean. Um, he Yesterday he played as if he's been there for a long time,
Yeah.
and it's good for him. Pure hustle, correct. He grabbed offensive rebounds. He he made just really good decisions in the right time. Getting it to the passing it right, shooting it in the right time, and then making it. He just was efficient always, and great pickup for Coach Tab.
Kaya ganun yung tiwala ni Coach Tab.
Mm,
Kay Jason Credo. Never wavered.
mm.
Even when fans were saying that try to give the minutes to other players, Coach Tab knew what he was doing. For Credo, question, why did he only play this season? Uh, maraming factors of basketball fact, not ano to? Non-basketball factors. Ateneo factors for sure, maybe, because Ateneo has a strict grade requirement.
Mm.
They don't care if you're an athlete or not. You're supposed to follow the same standards as the
Yep.
students there. So, mahirap i-juggle yun. Even kami as students. It's kind of hard. It's hard. Wala nga kaming masyadong athletics ni Gab nung
Yeah.
pero di ba? Hirap pa rin eh. So,
Yeah. Atenean academics are, yeah, it's not easy.
yeah, definitely not easy. And Mason Amos, entire week ata nagpa-practice si Mason ng post moves. Actually, mga news, ano yun, no? We went to the post a lot of times and Mason, usually, so past games, we don't see him in the post. We just see him operating in the perimeter.
Mm.
And I think that also caught UP by surprise. No, they didn't think that Mason would take Francis off the dribble, the step backs, everything like that. I think there were new sets that were introduced here
Mm.
that made Coach Gold scratch his head. Like, what the hell? What? Why are they using this guy like this? And maybe that's not what they prepared for, or maybe they prepared for it, but not didn't put much emphasis to it. So, talking about the ma- more minutes, yeah, more Mason Amos minutes in the second round for sure.
Mm.
Answering the questions here. Cancino's game sliders, yes, for sure. Na ano sabi ni Brandon, his game sliders were definitely up to 100. Kala ko, alam mo yung last minute heave niya?
Yeah.
Gagi, kala ko ano yun, papasok. Yung not last second heave, yung sobrang slow ng bola.
Hmm.
So, bang na to ah.
He knows how to just clutch up in big moments. I remember season 84. People forget, before the Kagulangan shot, CJ Cancino banked in a three to tie the game, I think, or to put it, yeah, to be down two or something. But and that was when he was still injured or still hurt. They just put him in, and then he just shot a top of the key 3-point bank shot. So he's always been like that. He's always been clutch. He's always been just a shooter, scorer. Um, so I'm not surprised.
It's about, sabi ni Brandon, it's about time heel UAP personas came back. Last major heel I remember was like Joshua Webb. Joshua Webb, oh nga pala, he loves to get the crowd riled up then.
Joshua Webb. Joshua Webb, the only. Sorry, I'm gonna go back to Zobel days, but
Yeah,
he's the
go.
only retired number or jersey
Zubel? Siya
in
lang?
Zobel.
Joshua Webb?
You go to Zobel basketball court, you see a Joshua Webb jersey just there,
Just right
plastered
there.
on the wall. Number 10, I still remember that, in the sports pavilion of Zobel. But
Napa-champion niya ba Zubel?
huh?
Napa-champion niya ba Zubel? That's why
Yeah,
ni-retire
yeah,
niya.
yep.
Pero may ibang Zubel rin naman napa-champion. But si Joshua Webb lang yun nilagay.
I don't
But
know.
then, ang lakas talaga ng persona ni Joshua Webb. I think he was number one recruit nung time na yun.
Yeah,
One
yeah,
or two.
but
Basta dalawa
definitely,
sila eh. Hindi lang siya eh. May isa pa eh.
Definitely,
Probably
there could have been more. There's Algin Malesio, there's Renzo Subido. There are
iba
still
yung
greater,
posture.
or not the greater, but great players that came from Zubel that could have had their number retired. But I guess Joshua Webb is, yeah, he's a Webb. It's hard to compete with a Webb.
And also it also helps he's like 6'5", huge
Yeah, yeah,
guy, di ba?
yeah.
Plus he moves like a wing.
Yep, yep. He was a great player. He was a really good player.
Not final. Hindi naman cute dating ni CJ. Nasa borderline na siya of being disrespectful, sabi ni Dave. Oy, wala naman tayo sinabing cute. Wala naman sinabing cute. Sasabi lang namin na ano na of course you're gonna trend towards that line
Yeah.
of being actually it's just hushing the Ateneo crowd. It's a heel move. For us, we appreciated it because we've been watching UAP since ako Enrico Villanueva days. Imagine mo yun may sapakan talaga, nagtutulakan, kita sa replay. So iba yung fans going through di ba? Mga nag-aaway
Mm,
na fans who go through the court.
mm,
That's why for me parang tame na to lahat eh. Because of what you have watched from the past.
mm,
And then again, mga pinaparod sa akin ng dad ko ng mga away dati. Kaya for me, okay lang to. But yeah, uh, for CJ, at least for us, it's alright.
mm.
Maganda yung init yung crowd. When I was where I was seated, init ng ulo ng mga tao.
Yep,
It's
yep.
been a while since that happened, so it's kind of like, oh, I'm back to back of the UAP of old.
Yeah, it just brings, you know, it makes it whole. The UAAP vibes, it
Yeah,
makes
for
it
me,
whole.
completes it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Idol bakit wala si Fortea? He's injured. Terence Fortea is still injured.
Yep.
Street clothes and for me, I don't want to mess up the rotation of UP na by introducing
Yeah,
Terence
not right
Fortea.
now.
Hindi ko muna guguluhin.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, Chris Kuhn ascending to another level as a 6'5" ball handler. Okay, I'll tell you that. I'll tell you guys this. Last year, I was not a believer of Chris Kuhn when it comes to handling the basketball.
Mm,
I was like, let's give it to another person to handle the ball, not Chris. Kasi si Chris before, konting pressure na nabibitawan niya na, di ba?
mm.
Last year. But this year is completely different. You can sense or you can see that he really worked on his ball handling. And he's whenever the ball is in his hands, I feel like the world is all right. The world is at peace. Alam mo yung everything's gonna be all right when he has the basketball. What a complete 180 from
Yeah,
how he was last year.
that's right.
All love to Kai, but this has to be the game. Yeah, Chris Kuhn is him here.
Hmm.
Consistency na lang talaga because we know that Chris Kuhn can do this.
Yeah.
Diba? Lasal. Siya rin naman ganito siya against Lasal eh.
Yep.
So it's a
Exactly.
matter of the switch lang, di ba, Gab?
Yeah. He's just got to be more consistent. Um, he's got to remember that he's been here for a long time. He he is capable, and if he just embraces his role, he's gonna play better. He's gonna yeah, just play as if you've been here for the longest time.
This comment by UAP fan, always the hot takes. Surprisingly, hindi nagkalat yung Espinosa. Nagmukhang UAP player for once. Para dali kami. So yeah, that's not our words as UAP fan. Uh, for that one, Ayan was serviceable. There's a few games not there are few games, there are a few plays that I remember na fake out niya si JD. He was going through two
Mm,
defenders and then attacked the rim from the weak side and it was a boarding. Diba layup na boarding? I remember that one. And
mm.
yeah, the backcourt of Ateneo did well against the backcourt of UP where Coach Tab describes as the best backcourt this year. They're the best guards, the UAP, right now.
I don't
And
disagree.
pero kita mo sa turnovers na 21 turnovers Ateneo. Oh, sorry, Ateneo had 21 turnovers to
Mm.
14 of UP. So doon mo makikita na we still need a ball handler, but we can now move on to the guy, the man of the hour, Mason Amos. 19 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 23 minutes of action. 23 minutes lang pala yun. I felt like he played more.
Yeah. Wow. Efficient for the number of minutes.
Yeah, and again the sets that they were doing, Obasa over Diouf. Oh,
Ah, stop it.
oh,
Stop it, man.
UAP fan,
This
surprised
year,
UP didn't press more. Were you surprised about that, Gab? Sabi ni Lavina, sabi niya, surprised UP didn't press more. Do you think pressing more would have changed the difference? Actually, nag-press sila nung final quarter, di ba? Pero
Nagpress
mabilis
sila ng
i-break
final.
ng Ateneo yung
Yeah,
skip
and
pass
that's
nila eh.
why I think that's why nakahabol sila. It's because they played it more intense on defense, and uh, the leads are never safe with this UP team. Am I surprised they didn't press more? I think it's the first round. They're feeling it out. They're feeling out Ateneo. I think that's what's scary about teams like quote unquote super teams like UP. You
Yeah.
don't know if they're playing their 100% or they're just feeling it out. Of course, I'm sure they wanted the win, but I also don't know if I don't know. It's it it. I'm always skeptical na totoo ba tong parang 100% na to na UP? Parang hindi pa eh. Baka hindi pa. Baka they're taking it easy just so that, they can give Ateneo a sense of, I don't know. It's always been skeptical, like that skeptical side of mine. Even in the NBA, you
Yeah.
see super
Mm.
teams that stoop down, but I don't know. Maybe Ateneo played really well, but um yeah, UP pressing more, maybe it would have changed something. Ateneo's not the best anymore in taking care of the ball. They do turn the ball over pretty often now, especially with they don't have as many ball handlers. They don't have floor generals. You can't count on SJ Belangel or Tyler Tio to bring down the ball anymore. So
Oh, wow, the luxury of having those guys before.
yeah, yeah. So uh, it's yeah, it could be a weakness to be pressed, but yeah, they didn't. UP didn't, so they lost.
Sabi ni Ghetto, didn't expect Diouf, Alarcon, and Kagulangan to shy away from the biggest spotlight. I don't think they shied away. Napagplanuhan sila. Yun. Napagplanuhan sila. Because Diouf, Malik scored, was 4 for 11, 36%. JD was 2 for 11. Harold was 2 for 10. Napagplanuhan sila. That's what I
Mm,
felt like. That's the reason why. And yun nga, yung decision making ni JD in the fourth quarter. Di ba? Gab, last 2 minutes, there were a few JD Kagulangan shots that were a bit questionable considering that he draws a lot of attention.
mm,
So, the moment he draws a lot of attention, he could have kicked it to merong Raylan Torres open corner three when they were both tied 80 all. And I feel like Rayland would have made that shot if JD just found him at the right time.
mm,
Pero, yeah, those are one of the few things as well. Si Harold medyo na-check as well. 2 for 10. And they fed off CJ Cancino eh. They
mm.
kinda, it was CJ and Jerry Abadiano. Na-notice rin nila na, okay, it's CJ and Jerry Abadiano's making their shots. In a way, nag-defer sila. But they tried to assert their dominance as well, especially JD. But napagplanuhan na talaga. He was well guarded. And that's kudos to Ateneo, to the Ateneo defense.
That's it. Yeah.
Nicolo Lavina said, Mark Belmontes, Gen Z, Rico Meyerhofer. Oh, nga, no? With the way yung wingspan and the defense and the timely threes. So I think, will we see more Mark Belmonte minutes? And if so, sino mawawala na minutes?
I don't know, man. It's so hard to tell nowadays. Uh, but he's
Mukhang
playing. He's
matatanggal sila
he's playing well.
Chico, Cyril, if...
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Kasi si Aldous, the 10 to 11 minutes, that's constant eh.
Mm, yeah. But Belmontes, good for him. Rayland, Sir Matt. Yes,
Oh,
Rayland
sorry.
Torres playing like a rotation player right there. It's
Kasama
great.
si Raylan, di ba? Pero nakalaban mo si Raylan, hindi ka
Oh,
nagkasabayan din.
yes, 100%. I remember playing against him. He's always been
Shooter na.
shooter, slasher. I played against the deadly combination of Abadiano, Rayland, Fortea. Uh, that was their three. Their three backcourts. Fortea at the one, then Abadiano, and then Rayland at the three. Oh my gosh, it was the worst matchup for us. Grabe. But ever since ganun si Rayland, he's been really good at what he does now. It's the same.
He's clutch also. Whatever he has the ball in the dying seconds or mga last minute, scary. Scary.
Scary.
Scary times. And actually, yung fourth quarter na yun, UP came back. The cardiac UP. It's always been their persona to... Last year, ganun din yung come from behind, even with Carl and save.
Yeah.
They have the tendency to like, let's turn it up, guys. Let's make it more fun.
I know that's what's like, di ko alam eh. Hindi ko alam kung uh, that's I don't know. Baka skeptic lang ako, bro. Pero hindi ko alam kung 100% ba nang yun ng UP, or they're just wala, naglalaro lang ba sila, or hindi seryoso. But nonetheless, good win, Ateneo. I'm proud. The it's good. It's also good heading into the second round. Na ganun sila nag-finish ng first round. It was a shaky first round at the start, but the finish with a win against LaSalle, with a win against UP, it's very very good heading into the next round. They're feeling it out. They're gelling more and more as a team. You can see it. Mason Amos, their number one recruit. He's getting minutes. He's getting confidence. You could see in his release when he shoots the three, compared to the first game where he just wasn't. You know, it was a first game jitters maybe, but he it's good for the team as a whole to
Mhm.
just be like that.
Do you think the third stringers of UP will be underdeveloped in the next seasons due to lack of reps, sabi ni Froylan? No, I feel like everybody has to go through this rookie duties na you don't play as much. Ateneo also has. Every team has those.
Mm,
Rookies usually sitting out their first year, learning from their kuyas, and then hopefully one day be able to surpass them or at least play to the level that the coaches want. Seven and Pablo are gonna rot. Oh my God, Miko. Sabi, this is from Mikolo, by the way, not from me. Seven and Pablo are gonna rot in the UP bench with Gani on the win out there pretty steady. And my answer to that, unfortunately, is yes. They need to find a different school. They, for me, they gotta find a different school. There are a lot of schools out there that need your skill set.
yeah.
It's not UP because Gani's on the way. I'm a big believer of Gani. Stevens of UE. The footwork of Gani is very Junmar-esque. Yung at least the way he has control of his body. If, and yung touch niya, may pagka Junmar din.
Mm,
So I'm not saying that Gani Stevens is Junmar right now. I'm just saying that Gani has that potential with regards to the way Junmar moves, the softness of the touch,
mm,
the being fleet-footed. Whenever Gani would rim run or cut, ang smooth ng run niya. Hindi
mm,
lumbering. It's not lumbering big. It's quick.
mm.
Quick cuts kaya ang daming naiiwan last year with regards to guarding him. Siya yung nag-feed sa mga shooters ng UE. Like, whenever Paranada or Lou Villegas would be in the perimeter, they see Gani cutting. Feed agad. And that's easy
Yeah.
2 points. And with UP, I feel like they're gonna exploit that more. And Coach Gold will put them in the best situation. Hence, Seven and Luis. It's not it for you guys.
Yeah, I mean,
At least for me.
yeah.
At my honest thoughts.
No, no, for sure. It's hard to have four big guys, really good big guys on one team. I mean, at the like down the stretch in the final 4 days, when it's down to the final four, you're just gonna need 8 to 10 players, 8 to 9 players. um, so to be able, I wouldn't say rot in the bench, or like, for lack of better term, maybe rot, but underdeveloped would be a better term. Uh, for Seven and Luis Pablo, it's we're not playing in SBP or Pastoral where each player gets equal amount of playing time per quarter. You're playing in the UAAP where you can have no playing time at all. So definitely, if there's a better offer in another school where you can play, it's not always about going to the biggest school with the best players. It's going to the school where you can be used the most, utilized the most, where you can grow, the most as a player. And it's been proven time and time again that the best players don't always come from the best schools. uh you got your Nick Cabaneros, you got your what you want to go NBA? You got your Stephen Currys that went to Davidson. So you
Yanni's watching our stream, sabi niya, I will not take any seven and Louis slander in this house. Eme, okay, go on guys, bye.
who's
Nandiyan
this?
pala, Yanni's watching pala.
Yanni who?
Mayo.
Oh, hi Yanni.
On TikTok, I just opened TikTok right now. I will not take...
I know. Yeah, it's quite unfortunate, Yanni, but definitely it's just hard to pool players, a lot of players, and then just you expect all of them uh to be developed the same. Hindi ganun eh. Hindi ganun. In a team, there's a disparity between the most developed and the least. So, uh, yeah,
Sabi ni Christian, on TikTok. That's what I love about people commenting. Seven and Pablo pwede sa UST. Pwede,
I
pwede.
was gonna say
Although,
actually.
okay lang ba sa Standing Pido? Like, maybe, yeah. I mean, for them, it's a matter of playing basketball. They just want to play.
Mm,
Diba? What's the best chance to leave my imprints in the UAP?
mm.
Yeah, that's so funny. It's like, Yanni, although Yanni, you gotta admit that loaded ang UP front court. Like, if you let them play, sinong babanggain nila? 'Di ba? Para ang ano ang daming things. Tama si Boss Matt, si Hubilia pa darating. Although for Hubilia to be successful, I feel like he needs to transition to a 3 or a 2.
Mm.
'Di ba? Hindi na talaga pwede, hindi na, there's no more room in this no more room in this train.
Mm.
Doon kaya sa kabilang cart. Kasi puro na talaga yung front court. Actually,
Yep.
UP's puno all throughout.
Yep.
Um,
Always.
Pansin ko with Mace, sabi ni Brandon, he tends to make contested threes more than in open looks. Does he? We need like advanced stats for that one. Like yung contested threes from wide open looks.
Yeah, there are
Actually,
stats to that. There are stats to that for sure.
well, actually si Mace, di ba, when Francis is on him, alam mo, papasok yung tira, alam mo, I don't know, like, those are friends, those are real life friends.
Yeah,
Because of Ateneo High School.
I love
So
that
for them,
matchup.
it's a personal kind of in a good way, not the bad blood kind of thing. It's just more of,
Yes.
it's your buddy. You're going up against your buddy,
Yeah.
diba?
It's high level players, just wanting to compete at the highest level. And it's good. It's good for the league. It's good for the future of the UAAP is bright. You know, if they stay, I hope they stay. But the future of Filipino basketball in general is bright.
And you season 86 UAP champions, sabi ni TikTok watch only. They have a case, definitely. They definitely have a case. NU. They have a case. It's not like we're gonna dismiss NU.
Right.
They're good. They can, yung mga, sino ba yung champion nun? Si Troy Rosario years yun, di ba?
And you?
Yung
Yep. That's Ray Ray
Troy Rosario, who's
Parks.
there? Ray Parks. Wait, Parks ba yung champion? Hindi, alam ko, Rosario, ano yun? Glenn
Di ba?
Cobontin. I don't know, they're
But yeah, Troy Rosario champion. That was with Coach Eric
Cobontin.
Altamirano.
Oh, si Coach E yun eh.
Yeah,
I
that was
forgot who
Coach
their
E.
import was. Wait lang.
It was Alfred Aroga.
Aroga.
Alfred Aroga.
That guy's a beast. Ayan,
Yep.
Alolino, Cobontin, Aroga.
There we
Yan.
go.
Si
Alolino.
Habelona, the keeper stopper, kamukha ni Don Lim. Kamukha ni Pau Habelona, Don Lim. Wait lang, Pau Habelona. Dude, he looks like Don Lim. And they're not
That's true.
related at all. Guys, I'm sure you guys agree. Tingnan mo, Pau Habelona, Don Lim. Papasa silang magpinsan or magkapatid. Pero si Pau
Yeah.
Habelona talaga, your premier Matisse Tybul. If you guys know Matisse Tybul, he's a really stopper for the NBA with the 3-point shooting 3 and D. So I remember about Pau Habelona. Sabi ni Froylan, si Pido naman nag-adjust ng system based sa availability ng players. Yeah, tama. And that's pretty much it. Pretty much it, man, Gab. I
Yep.
think we answered all questions. This is a fun pod. People
It
are
was.
listening to it. I didn't think
You got a lot of
was a
comments
comment.
today.
Yeah, we got a lot of comments today. And I think people were just watching. We're waiting for a segment on UP Ateneo. Kasi kanina it was 25 when
I,
we were talking about a few games.
yep.
And then when we talked about Ateneo UP. Kailan start the second round? Wednesday.
Oh my
Wednesday
gosh.
daw. Wednesday daw. Wala pang
Daw.
official, Christian. Wala pang official. But Wednesday, daw.
Mm, mm.
But if Wednesday, see you guys there. Well, depende. If you Ateneo UP is on Wednesday, you're gonna see Gab. If it's not
No.
Ateneo UP, you're gonna see him on Sunday.
I just want to
PJ.
go home first, bro. I want to rest. I have a back-to-back day off from work. I just want to rest on Wednesday, Thursday, and stay home for 3 days. That's all I want. That's all I ask you, AP. Just give me a one day break, then I'll be back.
Piging enough, enough time for people to leave
Yep.
the venue. Ang daming init ng ulo, mga alumni nagwawala.
Always,
Ano,
always.
old guys, di nyo kayo makapasukin. Gagalit sa mga kuya, sumusunod lang naman yun sa sa directions. Sa, grabe yung mob noong time na. Anyway, that's it guys. Wednesday official, sabi ni Boss Ma. O yan, Wednesday. But we don't know what games will be playing on Wednesday.
I think it's
So
coming out
yeah,
today. I think the
what do you
schedule
mean?
is coming out today.
It's supposed to come out
It's
today
supposed to
kasi
come.
kawawa naman yung teams, give them a day to
I
prepare.
know.
Although dapat may na kayo niyan. Meron na dapat silang at least like a blueprint if you're gonna face this team again. But of course, iba yung the way you played them in the first round to how you're gonna approach the
I'm
second round.
excited. I'm so
Same.
excited for the second round. Let's do it.
So I'll be seeing you again, Gab, on Thursday, same time, 10:30. School, it's a good time.
Yep.
And I heard that some students listen to this podcast during class. I
I
mean,
love that. Oh,
nakakakinig
sorry.
pero listen to your class. I mean, meron naman pwede naman to na as a replay. Ayaw namin madali yung grades niya, di ba?
Hey man,
Anyway,
if you're a future sportscaster, you gotta listen to the pod. You
yeah, you
gotta
gotta listen
listen
to
to
the
the pod
pod.
rather than listen to what?
Actually,
Biology? It's alright. You
actually, you're
guys are good.
aspiring CSR as well. You need baons. Kailangan nyo ng mga baon na
You
ganito
need
for your
bound
report.
all the time. All
Yeah.
the
So
time.
it's fun to listen to sports podcasts, especially if you're
Yep.
working in the media or you're planning to be a CSR, you're planning to work one day in the broadcasting industry. Me. Me.
Yep, exactly. Same. I mean,
And we're
you guys
talking
need.
about you, Dre. Yeah, but yeah, everybody, thank you so much. Don't forget to like this video, comment, subscribe. Same on TikTok. If you're watching this on TikTok, follow me here, si Gab din. Follow his Instagram, gab.reyes. Yun lang naman. Wala naman. Di ba YouTube channel? You're not gonna promote yung YouTube channel naman, no? It's
No.
just gab.reyes on Instagram. And
Yep.
if you see us uh, during the games, say hi. Feel free to say hi. We're very nice. Gab is always smiling. Me also.
Oh, thank you, bro. For when I'm
Just
not tired, sure.
yeah, pero wala ka namang resting bitch faces. So we're good.
That's
We're good.
true.
So yun lang naman guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you all on Thursday for the next post game show. Thank you so much. Peace.
Thanks, guys.